Hello everybody. So today we are going to start with a new topic, that is beta decay. So beta particles are electrons or they are positrons which are emitted by the nucleus. And in some cases an orbital electron is captured by the nucleus. So when we talk about beta decay, we basically have three types of beta decay. One is electron emission. In electron emission, the neutron gets converted into proton and it emits electron along with antineutrino. When we talk about positron emission, which is the second type, a proton gets converted into neutron emitting positron and neutrino. And third is K capture or electron capture, where proton captures one of the electron from the K shell and gets converted into neutron along with the emission of neutrino. So when we talk about all these three cases, in all the cases the mass number remains constant, but in the first case, that is electron emission, the atomic number increases by 1 unit for the daughter nucleus, while in the second and third case the atomic number decreases by 1 unit. Now let us talk about energetics of beta decay. So there is a question of whether a given nuclide will decay by electron emission or K capture or positron emission. It will depend upon the energy available for disintegration. So let us calculate that for three different cases. First is electron emission. So in case of electron emission, we have neutron which gets converted to proton plus electron plus antineutrino. So the Q value of the reaction is given by Q beta negative. It is equals to mass of parent nucleus minus mass of daughter nucleus minus mass of electron, because the formula for Q is mass of reactants minus mass of products. Now here, as we know that in electron emission, for the daughter nucleus charge increases by 1 unit. That is how I have written this into C square, as it is energy. Now this formula is in terms of nuclear masses, and if we want to write it in terms of atomic masses, so we know that mass of atom, it is mass of neutron, mass of proton plus mass of electron. But if we take the mass of only nuclear mass, then it is mass of proton and mass of neutron simply. Now I'm writing this formula in terms of atomic masses. So if this is nuclear mass, I have represented nuclear mass and atomic mass with the same notation. So ZMA here represents nuclear mass, but suppose this is atomic mass. ZMA, suppose it is atomic mass, then I will have to subtract mass of electron from this so as to get this nuclear mass. Okay, so this is atomic mass. I'm subtracting Z times mass of electron, because in a nucleus with atomic number Z, we have Z electrons. So Z times mass of electron, it is going to give me nuclear mass, minus Z plus 1 mass of A, minus here it will become plus Z plus 1 mass of electron, and minus this mass of electron. Now here energy, I'm not putting C square, I'm simply writing in terms of mass, because we know that energy and mass that are interconvertible. So this is for understanding purpose. If you want energy in terms, if you want Q in terms of energy units, if you want Q in terms of mass units, that is perfectly fine. Once you get this in terms of mass, simply by multiplying it with 931.5, you can convert it to energy unit. Okay, so ZMA minus ZME minus Z plus 1 MA plus Z into ME plus ME minus ME. So this will get cancelled and we will get ZMA minus Z plus 1 MA. So for beta decay to be energetically possible, mass of parent nucleus, it should be more as compared to mass of daughter nucleus. Okay. Now second is positron emission. So in positron emission, proton gets converted to neutron plus positron plus neutrino. So we will find out the beta disintegration energy. It will be ZMA, mass of parent, minus mass of daughter. Here in case of positron emission, charge decreases by 1 unit. So that is how Z minus 1, minus mass of this positron. Okay, now in terms of atomic masses, here I will have to subtract the mass of Z electrons. So ZMA minus Z times mass of electron minus Z minus 1 MA, minus will be plus. So that is plus Z minus 1 mass of electron minus mass of electron. So I will solve this. ZMA minus ZME minus Z minus 1 MA plus Z into ME minus 1 into ME, and here minus ME positive की जगह पे I'll write down minus ME negative, because I know that mass of positron, it is equals to mass of electron. So I will get ZMA minus z minus 1 ma, z times mass of electron, z times mass of electron will get cancelled, and here I will get m mass of electron minus mass of electron, so it will be 2 times mass of electron. Hence, for beta decay, beta positive decay to be energetically possible, mass of parent minus mass of daughter nucleus should be greater than 2 times electron masses. So that is the condition. 2 times electron masses, that is equals to 1.02 MeV. So you have to remember this value because it will be required while solving problems. Now third one is electron capture. So in electron capture, proton captures one of the electron from the K shell. It gives neutron plus neutrino. So disintegration energy for electron capture, it is mass of parent plus mass of electron minus mass of daughter nucleus. In electron capture also, for daughter nucleus, charge decreases by 1 unit. Now in terms of atomic masses, I will have to subtract the mass of electrons. So Zma minus Z times mass of electron plus mass of electron minus Z minus 1 Ma minus minus plus, so Z minus 1 mass of electron. So Zma minus Zme plus mass of electron minus Z minus 1 Ma, Z into Me minus Me. Minus Me plus Me cancel. Z times mass of electron, Z times mass of electron will also get cancelled, and I will get Zma minus Z minus 1 Ma. So hence, for electron capture to be energetically possible, mass of parent nucleus should be greater than mass of daughter nucleus. That is, the atomic mass of the parent must be greater than that of the daughter nucleus. Now the capture of K shell electron depends on the very small probability that the electron be very close to the nucleus. The result is that as soon as the energy available exceeds 2 times mass of electron into c square, positron emission tends to happen more often than orbital electron capture. So, for electron capture to happen, K shell electron should be very close, and the available energy should not exceed 2 times me c square, because we know that for the positron emission, the energy should be greater than 2 times mass of electron. So if it is more, then positron emission happen instead of K shell electron. So that is how the probability for the electron capture, it is very, very less. So hence K capture is observed only when the condition is fulfilled. This condition is fulfilled. Zma greater than Z minus 1 Ma, and also this energy available should be less than 2 times mass of electron masses. Okay, thank you.